Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Well, I spent most of the morning getting the little square baler ready. We're going to try to do some of this here in a few days. But today I've got a little bit to do for a neighbor. He just wants something that he can feed his horse, I guess, or his wife's horse. Not a whole lot to getting this thing ready. It's been sitting in the shed for a couple of years. We didn't do any square baling last year. One of the first thing I noticed, I had to weld up my hinges here on this stupid little net access, or a twine access door. Had to do a little welding there. And she's working good now, latching up good. Had a couple mice that chewed through the twine. Obviously we had to rethread the twine down and under. Well, that's not a major deal on a little guy if you know what you're doing. So your twine comes out of the twine box. Some of the different models, you know, they've got a twine box back here rather than in front. But this one, you run it down underneath through this eyelet and around underneath to that eyelet. And then you take it up through your needles right there. And then if your twine is broke or whatever, you have to completely redo it. Just take that end of the twine up here and tie it onto this guy right there real quick. And then simply trip your knotter so that the fork, or the knife rather, will run up there and engage it into the knife, the twine holders. And of course it'll stretch it right back down. Then you're good to go. You're good to start your baling. And then obviously cut that stuff back off right there. I'm not sure where the tension's set at the moment. I pulled all this stuff, all this hay out and fed it back through. That's why these are looking really shitty. Like I said, it's 2-year-old hay. It's been just sitting in here doing nothing. So once I go get in the hay, get baling, we've got to get the tension figured out, get her tightened up. But it is tying. One of the things I wanted to make sure everything's working good. We've got a good knot. So I think we'll be okay today. What's that counter say? 200 and where'd it go? There it is, 290. We'll just go ahead and reset that. I'll have to reset it again after we get going on this customer. But anyway, yeah, so I've got everything greased. We're ready to go, I think. We just need to give it a couple more hours of drying. He's out raking right now. Worst thing you can do with a square baler is try to run too tough of stuff, too green of stuff through it, because you will just slug that son of a bitch tighter than hell. And then you got to dig it out. It's not as bad as a round baler, obviously, but it's just best just to wait just a little bit so she can dry down. And get rid of this extra. I like to keep a little bit of twine just in case one of these bales breaks or something. I can kind of, you know, halfway tie her back together. Not going to be using the rack. He just wants me to dump them on the ground, and him and his wife will go out and pick them up afterwards. Well, here we go. Some nice little windrows. We're chooching along here in second gear, first power shift. Faster than I baled last time, but a decent speed. Some of these windrows are pretty small, but that's okay. You don't want them real huge for a little square baler. I need to lay my chute down so it's not flopping them out, bending them. Haven't had one single malfunction yet. Knock on wood, hope we don't have any. Square balers can be kind of, I don't know, finicky sometimes. They just do weird shit. There's a lot of moving parts back there, and all it takes is one of them just to mess up a whole bale, or two or three. Cool sight, see those, all them little square bales out there. It's got one little short little path here, not going to be much in it, but that's all we got left for this field. Well, now we got to swing her back over. God dang, can't hardly do that one-handed. I'll go back here to the back and give her a shove. There we go. That gets her a little more straight to go down the road. I'm going to lift the pickup up. And I got to dump out his two bales that are in the tail end. The ones that are in here, we're just going to leave because, well, they're a real son of a bitch to get them out, and they might not be full baled. Full bale, I mean. Now, it looks like we got, yeah, there's just a little bit of a bale started right there, and then we got a bale there, and we'll get these two off the back end for them. I'll just throw these over here. That's a decent sized bale. It's lengthy. Well, he was happy with them. He came out and looked and says, yep, no, those are perfect. Oh, yeah. Come on. Hey, hey, there we go. Set those right there. He'll surely see them. Stack them up like that. Oh, let's see how many bales we got. You guys see it? 133. Well, that's a good little lot of them. All right, now I just got to get this thing folded up and then go over there and get the pickup lifted up. Oh, I decided to help the old boy pick them up. Got Cameron running his little 770 Oliver. Pretty cool. That's about the smoothest running gas tractor I've ever been on. Tried to do a little raking. I mean, I only got 13 acres, but hopped in the rake, since you had a quarter tank of fuel. Yeah, I didn't even make it a quarter of the way around the field. Apparently that gauge is off. We've never run it that low before. Yeah, she's pretty thin, but that's, you know, kind of typical for dirt gutting. Makes for nice square bales. Well, I don't think it's supposed to rain. That stuff's supposed to move over and go all east of us. So we got the square baler going. We did some for the neighbor the other day. I just started raking here. We got a nice little rack of hay going. Pretty good weights. I just got to get the wife over here to hook up the other rack. Gotta get them all thrown up in the barn. Pretty good little bale. Oh, silly kids. Ugh. Now they'll remember that forever. Back when we were kids, we used to ride the elevator up into the hayloft. Cameron learning to be a monkey. You want to go again?
Yeah.
Why are you so scared, see? Grab the string. Step on. Lean forward. Well, I'm gonna round bale the rest of it. We got a few short rows, maybe 2 round bales out there. Cameron's gonna back the pickup up. Get these 2 racks put in the shed for tonight. Didn't get a quite full one on the second load, but that's okay. We got about 400 little squares made. Oh, quit being a silly goose. I think you killed it. Nice thing about this one, it's got an extendable tongue. Well, I lied. I decided to wait till today to get them. Waited another day. It was just getting late, getting damp last night. Afraid they would have picked up a little moisture. I'm sure they were, because our hay bale, our square bales kept getting heavier and heavier. They just had to keep loosening these tension screws up. Which it's okay on the squares, because we store them in the barn, and in the shed we put salt on them to draw out any moisture, because they are a little green. They're pretty crispy now, but I bale them a little bit green and put salt on them. That way they keep, like I said, draws the moisture out. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Appreciate y'all coming along. I have some shit in my throat. Alrighty, you guys know what to do. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give me a good thumbs up if you got any questions, comments, or tell you what, let me back up in the sunlight. If you're looking to buy some little squares, I've got about 200 little squares for sale, third cutting, premium alfalfa stuff, 5% bloom, so on, so on. Go ahead on over to Facebook. I got a Iowa Organic Farmer page over there. Hit me up in the messages, and we'll get you hooked up. Or if you want some big rounds too, we've got first, second, third cutting of that stuff. You guys have kind of watched all season. We've been putting them up. You know what those look like. So, without further ado, thank you guys for coming along. Until next time, catch you later.